Here to do a layout with some Cheeky.studio's die cuts. Now my challenge today is to use die cuts in a different way, out of the box kind of way. So we'll see if I manage that. So I got the Ahoy collection here, and I got some flares and the die cuts here. So the pictures I decided to do with that was my grandson, not this December, but the December before, they had gone with my daughter, they had gone to Newfoundland around Christmas time. Well, on the way back, there was quite a bit of turbulence. Well, not turbulence because you're at sea, but a storm. And literally the boat was, the ferry was going like up, or my daughter said they could see the sky, they could see the water, and then boom, it would hit. And everybody was sick. Like everybody was puking their heads off, including Mason. And last year he would have been 3, right? Yeah, 3. And so that was 2 years ago for him, and year and a half, and he still remembers that like it was yesterday. Like he just remembers being sick, and he did not like it at all. And if you remember, I did a page about that trip where he talked about dinosaurs and, you know, what it means to be extinct. So I am going to put that little serpent thing because it is part of that story, but that's not what I'm going to talk about in this story. So I thought this pirate theme would be good, and he always does the arg like he's a pirate, so also good for that, but also because they're on a boat and they're out at sea and that stuff. Now the other thing I grabbed is an older collection. This is Little Boy from Echo Park, and it is a 2010 collection, and I really love it. You know what I love is that this is the outside sheet, and look, they printed that so it's not wasted. Smart. Which gives me then that I have 2 sheets of those so that I could actually use that sheet for this if I want, which is awesome. Another collection that I grabbed, I don't know if I'll use any from that, but I just grabbed it anyway because of the colors. And this is Echo Park again, but Cartabella. Is it Echo Park? No. It's just Cartabella. Yeah, Cartabella. And it's Cartabella 2013. So awesome, awesome collection. And so I'm going to have that standing by and see if maybe I can grab some of those. So I'm going to have those 2 collections there. I'm going to have this and all these embellishments. I'm going to do 2 photos. You know, I have some other stuff that came in the kit, but I don't think it kind of goes with that. So we'll stick to this and try to use some of the die cuts from here and maybe a few stickers so that I can use them as my embellishment foundations or embellishment starters. So now I'm going to put you on fast forward because I have a cold, a flu, so my voice is really kind of not good. It's starting to get better, but that's why I haven't been around for the last few days, because I really didn't sound good. So now I'm going to put you on a fast forward and we're going to get this layout done. Okay, so let's get started. So the first thing I did was, as you can tell, I just took the die cuts and I separated them so I could see everything that I wanted and, you know, kind of help tell the story. Now, when I flipped one of these pattern papers over, there was these little sailboats, and I decided that I was going to do a border at the top and the bottom of the layout because I'm just going to do my whole layout on a white background, because I wanted sort of the embellishments, you know, to shine. I was going to start cutting pattern papers up, and I thought, no, first of all, figure out what you want to do and then you can start cutting pattern papers. Now at first, these scallop borders were punched at another time. They were inside my pattern paper pack from Echo Park, and one side was really the stripes and really bold, but when I flipped it over, it was sort of this blue polka dot. But because it's scalloped and I'm going to put it under the boat, it looks to me, I'm going to pretend it's water. And then it gave me the idea, how to use these die cuts sort of outside the box. So first I had printed like I said, my photos on Canon Selfie, and there's sort of, 2 pictures in one. And because they were taken at 2 different times, the size of them weren't the same. So I just cut them down so that they were the same size. And then I'm going to put it in the center of that navy cardstock because I want to mount my cardstock. I'm using my Perfect Layers ruler, and what this is, it has little lips on all sides, and they're all different sizes. So the side that I use right now is 1/8 of an inch. So what it does is, as you butt it up against the photo or the cardstock, I could have used it again for the cardstock, but where it wasn't in the middle of a cardstock, I decided to just cut around and use my paper trimmer. But what it does, it butts up against your photo, and then you can use a craft knife and cut. I've had that forever and a day, and I don't even know if it's available anymore. But this year, my big thing is, to use what I have. So that's including tools. I just thought I'd quickly let you know what that was because I knew I was going to get some questions about that. And mine, I got it from Stampin' Up, and I know for sure that they don't sell them anymore. So when the scallop border, when I put it, beneath the little boats and, above it, it sort of reminded me of water. And by doing that, I thought, hey, with my die cuts, I can sort of do a little scene. So that's what you're going to see at the bottom of the layout. I'm going to do a little scene with all the die cuts. But first, I took my faded jeans in Distress ink, and I'm going to ink the edges of everything, the strips, the embellishments, and then I'm going to start gluing it down. Like I said, these embellishments are from Cheeky.studio, and if you're looking for them, it's Cheeky.studio, and it's a store that is run by Tuesday Hubbard, and it's all die cuts, mainly die cuts and some sequins and that kind of stuff. So I had to, grab some pattern papers from my stash, which is fine because I got tons to use. And this month for my design team package, I got this Ahoy die cuts, which is, all kind of pirate theme, which I thought was perfect for these pictures. I hadn't scrapped the story about them going to Newfoundland and having to take the ferry, and even some of the workers on the ship said that it was one of the worst trips that they had experienced as far as, like how rough it was. And it stayed like that for about an hour. So I want to make sure that I, document that. And then if you've seen before, I did scrap a little bit about that trip and about how Mason and the dinosaur story. So that little serpent kind of goes with that. So I thought it was the perfect layout for that. And actually, I already have another layout that's not related to this trip at all that I know that I want to use these die cuts. They are so stinking cute. So I'm going to be using them again really soon. So this is the little scene that I'm creating at the bottom of my layout. So first I took some palm trees and I kind of put it behind the pirate so it looks like it's further away on, he's like on an island. And then I put the little pirate, and then I put the word ahoy right up above him. And then I took the pirate ship and I put it a little further away from him so that it looks like the pirate ship is, on the water, and then he's kind of yelling out to them. And then, there's no pirate ship that doesn't have a parrot. And so I put the little parrot that, you know, is maybe going to chat with the serpent dragon that's coming. So that's my little scene at the bottom. I just think it's super cute. And then I still wanted to do a few embellishment clusters. So what I decided, there was one that looked like a rolled up, you know, script, which way back when, that's how they, you know, delivered messages. So I decided to use that and put it with my journaling. So I just used my T-square ruler. I made some, you know, straight lines, and I'm doing my journaling. And guess what? I am doing my journaling every time that I do a layout. Here we are, February 6th, and with my class that I just released and all the layouts that I've done, I'm at probably 25, 26 layouts already for this year, and every single one of them is journaled, and I'm keeping up with journaling 10 pages a week too. So up to now, that is going to plan. So I wanted to, underneath that, put December 2016 because that's when they went, but I didn't have enough. I didn't have a 2 in the circle, even though I have 5 of those doodle type. And you know, my motto this year is to buy as least as possible. So the next best thing is just to get a roller date stamp, and then I'm just going to stamp December 2016, and I just stamped it a few times. Now I wanted to do a third place, or I guess this, at this point it's only a second place, where I'm going to do an embellishment cluster. So I took one of those banners and another flare, and I'm going to do a little cluster at the top here. And then I did a cluster to the top left of the layout, which I took sort of a scroll and then a little flare that says ahoy matey. And at first I put a little parrot because I wanted to put, you know, another parrot, but then I decided, no, I want to put more. They're all themed pirates, so I want to keep that theme going. So I'm going to take that anchor and I'm going to put sort of tipped, not straight, and I like that. And then I took 2, you know, sort of knives from, you know, pirates, and then I'm going to do that other cluster. But before, I'm going to take a couple of sprays. One came in my January Cheeky.studio kit, because she does sell sprays too, and it's Don't Rain on My Parade. And the second one was with the February kit, and it's Glorious Days, I believe, and it's like a nice little goal. So I'm going to add some splatters to all the different areas, and then I'm going to add my title. Usually I like to add my title before I add my sprays, but as you saw, I thought, hey, I'm not done. So I dried. I used my Tim Holtz, the mixed media heat tool, and I just dried everything up. So, you know, most of the time when we do some pages, we talk about how much fun it was and all this stuff. So this page is going to be so not fun because they didn't enjoy that part of the trip whatsoever about being, you know, sick. And that's it. That's going to complete my layout. So don't forget to go check them out. I'll have the link down in the description box below, but it's super easy. It's Cheeky.studio. And she has all kinds of different die cuts that are super affordable, and then matching stuff that goes with it. So here are some close-ups. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. If you're enjoying these videos, if you wouldn't mind, give me a thumbs up and maybe leave me a comment down below. And I want to thank you so much for watching. Bye.